Let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt like you're just reacting to your kids' big emotions? Like you're playing defense all day? You are definitely not alone. Today, we are going to dig into a super powerful tool called emotional intelligence. And we're going to see how it can completely transform those chaotic, stressful moments into real opportunities for connection and growth. We'll look at the science, the practical steps, and how you can build stronger, healthier relationships within your family. So let's jump right in. Okay, picture this. You're in the grocery store, maybe aisle 5, the cereal aisle, and your child just has a full-on, on-the-floor, screaming meltdown. Your heart starts pounding, you can feel eyes on you, and you just wish the floor would open up and swallow you whole. How you choose to handle that emotional storm, well, that's what we're here to talk about. This isn't just about surviving the moment. It's about actually shaping your child's entire emotional future. So how are we going to get there? First up, we'll explore why your own emotions are kind of the secret ingredient in all of this. Then we're going to open up a super practical toolkit of skills. After that, we'll see how to actually use these tools in the real world and, just as important, what patterns to avoid. And finally, we'll wrap up with a simple daily workout to help make all of these skills second nature. Sound good? Let's get started. So why all this buzz about emotional intelligence, or EI? Is it just another parenting trend that's going to fade away? Well, according to the science, the answer is a huge no. A parent's EI is this incredibly powerful force that can literally shape your child's brain and their success down the road. Let's take a look at the proof. And you know, the data here is really compelling. There was a landmark study that followed over 600 families, and what they found was this clear, undeniable link. Parents who had higher emotional intelligence were just more in tune with their kids' needs. They were more supportive, and they were better at creating a secure, loving home. And the bottom line? Their kids were thriving. Now this slide, this is a real game changer. It shows us exactly how our parenting style directly affects our kids' emotional growth. So on the left, you've got the authoritative style. Think of this as the sweet spot. These parents are warm, they're responsive, but they also set clear, firm boundaries. This combo teaches children that they're safe and loved, but also helps them learn to navigate the world. And the result? Kids with higher emotional intelligence. Now, on the right, you see the authoritarian and neglectful styles. These are kind of the too hard and too soft approaches, and they often lead to kids who really struggle to manage their feelings. So the big takeaway here is that it's the balance of love and limits that really makes all the difference. Okay, so we've covered the why. Now let's get into the what. What does emotional intelligence actually look like in the day-to-day chaos of being a parent? We've broken it down into a 5-part toolkit with skills you can literally start using today. Think of these as your parenting superpowers for handling all the ups and downs of family life. So here they are, the 5 core tools in your new EI toolkit. We've got self-awareness. That's really about knowing what makes you tick. Then there's emotional regulation, your ability to stay calm in the storm. Empathy, which is all about seeing the world through your child's eyes. Constructive communication, speaking from a place of connection, not anger. And finally, setting safe boundaries, creating a predictable, safe world for your child. Let's take a closer look at each one. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with self-awareness. This is about getting really honest with yourself. What are your triggers? What pushes your buttons? Do you get irritable when you're tired? Do you get overwhelmed when the house is a mess? Just knowing your triggers is the first, most crucial step to managing them. It's the difference between reacting on autopilot and responding with real intention. Next up, emotional regulation. You know, this is where the real magic happens. When you can stay calm while your child is having a huge emotional wave, you're not just getting through the moment. You're teaching them how to do the exact same thing. Every single time you take a deep breath instead of yelling, you are literally helping to wire their brain for emotional resilience. You are their guide. Empathy is our third tool, and it is all about connection. It's about getting down on their level, looking them in the eye, and basically saying, I see you, I hear you, and your feelings make sense. When you validate their emotions, even the big, ugly, messy ones, you're sending them the most powerful message of all. You are safe with me. You are loved, no matter what. Our fourth tool is all about the words we choose. Constructive communication means we trade blame and criticism for a little bit of vulnerability. So instead of saying, you're being so difficult, we're going to be late, you could try something like, I'm feeling really stressed because I'm worried about being on time. It feels like a tiny shift in language, but I promise you it can turn a power struggle into a moment of teamwork. And our final tool is setting safe boundaries. Now, this isn't about being a strict drill sergeant. It's about being a loving guide. Kids actually thrive on predictability and structure. When they know what to expect, they feel safe. So when you calmly and consistently enforce a boundary, like we use gentle hands, you're not just stopping a bad behavior, you're building a foundation of trust and respect that will last a lifetime. Okay, so we've got our toolkit filled up. Now it's time to actually put it to work. In this next section, we are going to get super practical. We're going to look at the exact words and phrases you can use to bring more of this emotional intelligence into your everyday life with your kids. This slide is just so powerful. Look at the difference. On the left, we have the phrases that just shut kids down. Stop crying. You're overreacting. And on the right, we have the phrases that open them up. It sounds like that was really hard. Let's talk about it. The difference is subtle, but it is everything. When we coach our kids through their feelings, we're not just making them feel better right now. We're giving them the skills they need to handle the emotional roller coaster of life. And here's maybe the best part. This stuff isn't just for your kids. Practicing emotional intelligence is a gift that you give to yourself. It's a way to break free from that cycle of stress and reactivity and frustration. It's a path to a more peaceful, more present, and honestly, a more joyful experience of being a parent. Okay, we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about something that can be pretty tough to face. We're going to look at some common parenting patterns that, a lot of the time, can be unintentionally harmful. Now, this is not about blame or judgment at all. It's about shining a light on things we might be doing without even realizing the impacts they're having. So what do these harmful patterns actually look like? Well, it can be the constant little criticisms that slowly chip away at a child's self-worth. It can be the silent treatment, which sends the message that love is conditional. It's using guilt trips that teach them to please others instead of being true to themselves. And it's consistently ignoring their emotional needs, which can leave them feeling totally invisible and alone. These things can leave deep scars even when we have the best intentions. And the science is crystal clear on this. A major study in BMC psychology found that kids who experience this kind of emotional neglect are far more likely to struggle with their own emotions when they become adults. The quote says it all: emotional neglect and unavailability are linked to lower emotional competencies later in life. The message is simple. How we show up for our kids now really, really matters for a lifetime. Okay, I know that last part was a bit heavy, but I want to end on a really hopeful and empowering note. The good news is that you have the power to change these patterns. Building your emotional intelligence is a journey. It's not a destination. It's just about taking small, consistent steps every single day. Think of it like a workout for your heart. So here it is, your daily workout plan. You do not have to do all of this at once. Seriously, just pick one thing. Maybe today your only goal is to notice your own feelings without judgment. Or maybe you'll make it a point to validate your child's emotions, no matter how small they seem. Every single one of these actions is a concrete step toward a more connected and joyful family life. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this one question. What is one emotional habit, one small thing you can mindfully practice starting today? Just one thing. Because the journey to becoming a more emotionally intelligent parent starts with a single conscious choice. Thank you so much for joining me today.